The power of love. Makes no sense because this film is the power of us. That's my bad. Hello and welcome to the Dragon and Bear show, where, you know, we seem to, at the moment, be stuck in the Pokemon world. Still. Not much longer, Alex, not much longer.
I'm sad.
Today we're discussing Pokemon the movie, The Power of Us, released in 2018.
Yeah.
And it was the last, of these sort of reboot ones until the new one comes out, whenever that is.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically we've got another reboot to go over, but...
Well, it's a remake.
It's a
remake.
It's
a remake, not a reboot. It's the same film. It's a remake.
I mean, there's differences.
Not a massive amount, so it's technically a remake.
Look, they're not in Viking outfits. That's a difference. It's a reboot.
No, it's a remake. It's technically a remake. Dude, you need to learn what remakes and reboots are.
Maybe I should check out your video.
Maybe we should go check out the Chattercade podcast where me and Connor explained it. Well, I was saying me and Connor, I mean, I explained it to an extent.
Not very good.
I just did what a movie's. I just basically copied a movie and said, this is what this movie says. Anyway, let's get straight into this. So, obviously, this is the sequel to the I Choose You, which obviously was a reboot of the first series.
Yeah.
And this
takes place in Johto, I believe.
Is it Johto this one is? So, obviously, that one was obviously the same sort of story you had in the first series, but obviously it was made to be new, but it was still obviously the same thing, whereas this is a new original story.
Yeah.
Though it does bring back Lugia, but that's only if I've got a small segment. It's not the same thing. It's
basically a Zero film.
Yeah, which obviously is a Pokemon from Sun and Moon.
Yeah. The thing is, I wouldn't, when you start watching the film, you don't think it's a Pokemon film until you see the first Pidgeotto. Because, you see Pokeballs, but that's about it. But it's at least about a good 3 minutes before you see it in a single Pokemon. And I was just like, yeah.
Beep, beep. That's what this is, people. You know what, as well? If people want to watch this one, they can watch it on Netflix.
Oh, is it on Netflix then?
This and the previous one are both on Netflix.
Cool.
Those are the two of the 3 films on there. The other one is the actual Netflix original, which is the remake. So they got the reboots and remakes, and BBC iPlayer has the Diamond and Pearl ones. Then Amazon has 2 black and white movies and a really crappy third movie. They're all over the place.
Fuck.
I will say,
what was that thing? Sorry.
What thing?
So I've been saying in a few episodes, Pokemon Power. Do you understand why I've been saying Pokemon Power a lot?
Is it because of this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, from the get-go, the animation again is just astounding.
Yeah, I love it.
It's so fucking... It obviously even improves on character designs. Ash looks at his peak in this film. Is there
X and Y is the peak, I'd say, but
in terms of movies,
animation style,
in terms of movies, obviously in terms of show, X and Y, but in terms of obviously the looks they're given for the movie specifically,
yeah, he looks really good.
Yeah, this Team Rocket got a slightly new look.
Yeah,
I thought they had.
Yeah, Jesse's got tank top on.
Yeah, I was sitting there going, they look slightly different to how they usually look.
Meowth's the same though.
Yeah, Meowth obviously is the same. You can't really change much about Meowth.
Oh, he's just got a silver gold coin now.
That's all you can really change about, can't you? You can't really change much else about Meowth.
Probably.
I mean, I was going, they look slightly different than pair. Why is that? Have they changed them ever so slightly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they had.
But yeah, I love the animation style, and the logo looks really great as well.
The one with the lines.
Yeah. The
streamers, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit of confetti underneath it.
It was just very nice to look at.
Yeah, obviously, the one big thing I will say is a shame with this is the fact that, obviously, I think we brought it up last week, the fact that the characters they introduced last time built up, they just fucked them off completely. They're like, yeah, these aren't part of this movie, it's a new set of characters, which, don't get me wrong, these new characters are really good.
Yeah, I really like these new characters.
I think the best character there, the old woman.
Yeah, I think that as well. I love the old woman.
She's just like a right bitch. She reminds me of
she's got a
Yoda.
Very good.
Not just because of not just because that whole scene at the end when she's riding the guy's back, but she does remind me of Yoda a little bit.
run and jump. While you
But
run.
I mean, also we got this new companion, which she's kind of a bit like is it May who has Eevee in the anime show?
I mean, many of them's had Eevee.
I mean, in terms of I know
you've got the new one, Kanaha. You've had Serena. You've had May.
Is it
May's
May?
also had Eevee.
I think the one I was mainly thinking of was May. I forgot, yeah, obviously Serena also has an Eevee. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But obviously she's basically like sort of those roll into sort of one, really.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still an interesting character to see for the fact that obviously from the get-go she's just like not interested really in Pokemon, and she's only really doing this because of obviously her brother who's like got a broken leg. Which did it ever explain why he broke his leg?
Probably just fell down the stairs.
That happens. I've never done it. I've never done it myself. I fell up the stairs many times. Never fell down the stairs.
I don't think I fell down the stairs either.
Work's always the funniest to fall up the stairs because you've always got someone behind us laughing at you. You're like, I did nothing. You done nothing. But yeah, obviously you got that other guy as well, the liar. The one who's always constantly lying. He's quite an interesting character.
Yeah, but he also has some. They all have great character development.
Yeah.
I think.
And obviously you got that timid guy, the scientist. He's quite timid.
Yeah.
He's like not a really good speaker.
Yeah.
I was like, you hit your leg, did you?
Yep.
I saw the camera shake. I was like, yeah, he hit his leg. But yeah, I agree. They all have this really good character development over the course of the movie.
Like even the mayor and the mayor's daughter.
Yeah.
Because at like a certain point in the film, they all go like kind of depressed and all that. Well, I say depressed. They all have like when they basically go for the opposite part of their character development, and then the next scenes they're just at the peak. Yeah.
Oh, was that Pokemon catching tournament was quite cool.
Yeah.
Quite a cool idea, isn't it? Like, oh, we've set up these Pokemon. We give you these Pokeballs. You have to go around and catch them. The more you catch,
really cool.
The more you catch, obviously.
And it had to be the stronger ones as well.
Yeah, because obviously you had Tyranitar, who had he had the rope around his neck. I love Sudowoodo, that scene. He's just there hiding behind the tree.
So,
the liar's like, yeah, you should be lying to yourself. He's like, oh, coming from you? But I love, even obviously Sudowoodo, this obviously sort of go along, because it obviously pops in as one little scene, and obviously it carries on throughout the movie, to eventually obviously joining up with the liar, in that really hilarious scene where the guy's like, I love you, man. He's like,
there we go, man. We gotta go.
I feel like the comedy in this is probably my favourite Pokemon movie for comedy. Like this is the only one I can think of from the ones we've watched that I've actually laughed out loud, like proper laughed out loud. Like that scene alone, I was literally pissing myself out loud. I was in bits. I was like, for fuck's sake.
It's got that good mixture of comedy and then also very serious moments.
Yeah.
Which I think we'll talk about later, maybe. I don't know.
We can talk about whenever you want. Just jump in and out of different parts. I don't give a shit.
Poor Snubble.
Yeah, that was quite a dark scene. Because obviously that was fully solidified the old woman character. Obviously, her hate towards Pokemon. It's not because she just hates Pokemon. It's because she couldn't save a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which was obviously really dark. But the fact that Snubble obviously did it to save everyone. And it even threw like that key. Which was like a really sad moment. Because she's like, ah. Which obviously explains why she's also got a glove on. Because I'm assuming underneath that it's all burnt.
I don't know. I think it's because that's the hand. Because some people do that. If like they can't do something, or if it's like just out of their reach, they'll try to block off that, like looking at that certain thing.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also got to be burnt. Like a hand went into the fire.
Also very true as well. But that's I like to think that just
it's probably both reasons. It's probably because she resents obviously not being able to obviously help Snubble, but also because she's slightly burnt and she doesn't want to show it.
Didn't hold on to her at before, like when she was reaching out, she could have died or she could have saved Snubble. It's like a catch 50-50 really.
Yeah,
because you're not sure which way it could have went. But yeah, I've that's the part where, like, I was like very close to crying. If it went a tiny bit longer,
So
I
it
would have
even
been
shows like
crying.
the ghost of Snubble afterwards as well, doesn't it? Which is
Yeah.
quite,
Oh my
which
god.
is like very unusual for Pokemon. It's like
Yeah.
this is probably like one of the darkest moments for the fact that it didn't like
Pokemon
resurrect it
don't
either.
kill Pokemon off.
Yeah, it didn't resurrect it either, did it? You look at all
No.
these other ones we've done when obviously Pokemon dies, they're always resurrected. I like that. But this, it's like, no, Snubbull's died years and years ago. There's no coming back. You're like, whoa, okay, let me just process this information a little bit here. Whew. Whew. I will say, there's no music montage in this, was there?
I don't believe so. But the music was fantastic. I loved it.
You know what you're saying that surprised me didn't have the montage? The tournament.
Yeah, that could have been a good one.
You didn't expect that to have like the music over the top of it.
But I suppose with the choking Tyranitar, they couldn't really have like
Yeah, that was the natural,
over.
proper, obviously story. But I mean, as well, it's like because obviously most of the
Oh,
montages have like the show's song, but this is
just imagine like a
not connected.
rebooted, like edited, like remake of the Johto theme. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
That would make sense, but it's just obviously because they're trying to sort of distance themselves, aren't they? Now, so the first one didn't. The first one didn't try and distance itself properly from
I mean,
the show.
they couldn't really.
Exactly, because the story was based on this first series, so it couldn't distance itself. What is this? It has distanced itself. It's like,
It's making its own.
where it's a standalone movie, which I like. It's distanced itself, so it's not.
It's very good.
There's no connections to. Sorry, I'm burping in my mouth. There's no.
Sexy.
there's no connections. There's nothing holding it down, which I think helps this movie a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not having to do callbacks. It's not having to go, oh, you remember this moment? Oh, it's not having to do that. It's just like its own proper movie, which is great. I will say one thing I did like. Cyndaquil got a cameo.
Typhlosion, wasn't it?
Both of them were. Just missing
Cyndaquil
Quilava.
got a few.
And so the one I'm mainly calling back to for Cyndaquil was when that guy is obviously he gets the footage on screen by mistake and it pops up. That's the one I'm obviously going to more than anything.
Yeah, there was also Cyndaquil getting saved by Zeraora in the forest. There was also Typhlosion in the catching contest as well.
Catch contest has a lot of Pokemon. I like they had the things on the chest as well to so people know those are the ones you gotta get.
Yeah.
Someone's just walking around with the Pokemon. You're mine! Wait, no, that's my Pokemon.
Don't be a thief.
Smashes it on the head. Hey, you didn't catch it. Yeah, because it's my Pokemon, you bloody idiot.
That would be so fucking hilarious.
It would
Someone's
have
just walking around with like a, I don't know, Dragonite, and someone's just like,
It would have been funny if it, sometimes the Pokemon with like outfits on. If it had a jacket on and that symbol was accidentally on the jacket, it's like, oh, this jacket is really cool. That symbol's amazing on you. It's mine.
Or just a bloke walking around.
Yeah, it would have been fucking funny. That would have.
What's that Pokemon?
I will say I like the plot twist through the town as well, because obviously you got this town, so obviously got this story about this great fire that engulfed it, and there's like this massive plot twist towards the end of like, that this changes like the entire.
It's a lie.
Yeah, it's like it changed the entire complexity of this town's heritage. Like, we're kind of bad, which was very interesting. It was a nice twist and reveal, technically.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad for Eevee.
Getting trampled on?
Yeah, it basically could have died. But,
yeah.
Like, return it to its Pokeball.
Exactly. Obviously, bringing back to the animation as well. The Poison Cloud.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Fucking amazing, the animation of it. It was so bright, it was so colourful, but it was also dark and bleak at the same time. It had both.
That's what you kind of want, though.
Yeah. Because it needs to be this dark thing for the fact it's poison, but it needs to be this bright thing to let you know this is what we need to use to look at. So yeah, 100% agree there.
I kind of wish that the Pokemon hunters had different Pokemon, because I know that they've got dark types, because in Japan, the Pokemon type is called Evil. So it makes sense, technically. But
Houndoom and
Sneasel.
That's it.
I just kind of wish that they had more variety of Pokemon.
I feel sorry for Houndoom. He's always fucked on to the...
and Sneasel.
He's always fucked on with the evil people. I'm just like, Houndoom's not all evil. Come on.
I mean, if he breathes fire on you, you can just feel it forever. That's about it.
Yeah, but that could also be any fire type Pokemon possible.
I mean, in its Pokemon Pokedex lore, anyway, it's if you get caught on fire by a Houndoom, you'll feel that pain for the rest of your life.
I didn't know that. That's a nice bit of information I've learnt there today.
You're welcome.
You're basing my Rotom Dex.
No. Talking about that, I started watching the Sun and Moon anime again. So
I think I'm on series 3 of that. Like the third part.
Rotom's voice is just ugh.
I'm on journeys at the moment. I just watched the Slowpoke Snorlax.
Yeah.
The one when he turns Dynamaxed. I watched that one recently.
Ah, okay. I mean, there is a Slowpoke episode. But,
it's funny when your mum's watching and goes, "What the hell's going on?" It's like, "Oh, he's just growing a tree and everything on his belly." It's like, what happens?
The seed just grows,
The trainer becomes the master.
Yeah, I really like this film.
It's one of the longest ones in a while. It's
an hour 30, wasn't it?
37. Yeah, so it's not the longest Pokemon movie. I think that's still held by the C1, Temple of the Sea.
Yeah,
but that's still the longest one. But this is obviously a long film. But it's not
It
as if
doesn't
it's not as if it drags. Obviously, there is those moments where you check the time and go, "Fucking hell, it's still got like an hour left." Jesus, but there's that much like crammed into it. That's why it's not as if it's like.
That's exactly what I did. I looked at the time and I was like, "Wait."
I think I checked the time twice. I checked it about the half-hour mark. I was like, "I've only watched half hour of this." Jesus, seems like there's loads happened.
Yeah,
and then I checked it about an hour. I was like, "I've still got 30 minutes." There's so much gone on.
It's jam-packed. It's non-stop. It's not got like proper filler in it.
Yeah, it's everything's useful.
Yeah, and it's got a very good meaning behind it as well. Like you can't do things on your own.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but with other people, it's a lot easier. Or Pokemon, or animals.
Also, people throwing lemons at people.
Yeah.
That catch from Ash.
Not today.
Grab Pikachu, kick his ass. I love it. One thing I always find funny, every time Ash encounters someone new, Pikachu always has to shock them and Ash.
Yeah.
But it's like, "Hey, you, I found you! Pikachu! Thank you!"
I mean, she did look a bit scary, so...
But I mean, Pikachu could have shocked her before she even got anywhere near him. But he always has to shock Ash whenever he shocks anyone else.
I'll tell you what, Ash has got some fucking, like, electric immunity with his clothing.
Yeah, no.
Fucking Zeraora. Like, he was able to stand up, and then when Zeraora stopped the electricity, he just went down. I was like, what the fuck? But, he's... Yeah.
Also, obviously the first day was jam-packed with a lot of stuff to build up and build up the lore, the characters, yada, yada, yada. And then you got this last half hour, which is... compared to last week's, there's a lot at stake this time. For the fact that everyone in this city's lives are at stake from this poison cloud. So
I mean, I wouldn't really call it at risk.
I would say
because the next sport just makes you go to sleep and possibly poisoned, but they just showed that it was just making you go to sleep.
I reckon. The thing is, I think for the fact they're trying to find this, trying to hurry and get this cure and everything through,
yeah,
I feel like it's definitely the poison effect is with it as well. I feel like that's
possibly
that, and then on top of that, you got this massive fire at the same time burning through the forest, which could burn through the town.
Yeah,
so you got these two. Yeah, but the thing is though,
well, to be honest, both of them are dangerous together
because you could get knocked out by the cloud,
you're dead
burnt by the
fire.
fire. So there's a lot more at stake
Yeah.
than probably there has been in a while in terms of Pokemon.
Because
there's a lot of lives here at risk. And yeah, go on.
I don't see the point of Team Rocket being in the film.
Yeah, we say it every time. There's a few that at times you're like, yeah, they can be there, but all they did for this was still the device that eventually caused the players.
And had lumberries.
Yeah. But I mean, I will say as well with this last half hour, like, if you look at other Pokemon movies, they always say split the group into two. So you've got Ash, some of the new characters having to do one thing.
Yeah.
And then you've got obviously the companions with or maybe like a couple of other characters having to do another thing. Like there's two
But you
groups,
had loads.
but I count 4 separate groups. There's the Ash group. There's obviously the new what's her
You
name?
had the old woman.
You got the old woman and I'm gonna just call that Luke and Yoda because they're Luke and Yoda up the hill. Obviously, you got the athlete. Yeah. And on top of that, you got the scientist. So you got 4 different things, and obviously on top of that, it also cuts to the mayor who's trying to warn everyone. So technically speaking, there's like 5 different story arcs.
Well, technically 6 because you've also got the little girl and the mum in the rail thing.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of people actually doing stuff, because like, they can't really do anything because they're stuck up there.
I mean, true, but it's still a story aspect.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of the main sort of group, you've got 5 characters that are separated into different groups, not just like 2 separate groups. So that's something different for Pokemon, and like everything is useful. You got the scientists who are trying to make a cure for the poison cloud. You've got obviously the old woman. So you got Luke and Yoda up the mountainside trying to stop the fire. You've got obviously Ash trying to help the mayor's daughter with Zeraora. Obviously, you got the athlete trying to summon Lugia. I just keep calling the athlete. I mean, I like giving people nicknames. And obviously, as I say, you got the mayor who's literally trying to warn everyone, like, there's this danger here, we need to hurry. So,
that's a shit nickname.
The liar. We'll call him the liar because he lied to everyone.
We've got 2 liars then.
Yeah, but he's now Luke. He's now Luke.
Okay.
He's now Luke. He's got Yoda on his back.
Okay.
Which also made me very much laugh out loud. Just seeing him running up the hill, sweating his bodies up, and she's just there holding onto his back. I was in bits.
That's maybe a plan because she pretended to like fall down at the beginning. She couldn't stand up.
She just wanted him to carry her, didn't she?
Yeah, but when she got there, she was like, "Oh."
Yeah, no, that was hilarious.
She knew.
I said to you if I was before recording, I wasn't a massive fan of the end credit song compared to last week. So it did, as I said, it did the same thing as last week. It used the name of the movie to be the main point of the lyrics, but I don't think it was as impactful as last week's one. I think last week's had a bit of a better beat.
Yeah, but it still really worked. In my opinion.
Every Pokemon movie works in terms of end credit songs.
I say this every week, don't I?
It works, really worked. I wasn't a fan of this one at all.
I liked it, to be honest. But I liked all the music in this film. Like, I've actually... Like, normally when I'm watching the Pokemon films, the music doesn't really impact me as much. Unless it's like the music montage, that's basically it.
Yeah, because you get the show in your head and go, oh, watch.
But the music in this film, they used the game music, like the roots and that.
Oh, did they?
And, yeah. That's what really got me like, oh, music.
That's cool, then.
That... Like, they used it at the very beginning, and they used it, like, just before the ending as well.
That's cool, then.
And it was just, it just really got me, like, thinking, oh, Pokemon games. And it kind of brings you back to, like, the games itself, because it's, like, somewhat, like, retro music.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure which generation music it's from. Like, if you ask Craig or something, he'll know which fucking Pokemon game it's from. Because he's a sado and just listens to the soundtrack all the time.
Just jerks off over the soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, obviously, the movie does well by building up to Lugia at the end, like this one last like sequence of him of Lugia appearing. Because obviously, if you look at like Pokemon 2000 and the Hooper one, obviously it doesn't build up to them. It's just like Lugia appears when obviously all the birds are together and whatnot, and obviously in the Hooper movie, Lugia just appears because Hooper's like, "Hey, Lugia." Whereas this obviously builds up. It's like there's this lore of the town, obviously regarding Lugia. And it's like, okay, once you get this crystal in place, we can summon Lugia, and obviously it builds up to it very well. It's a bit like Ho-Ho in the last film. It builds up to it. It's not like it's sort of the main premise, but it's not the main premise. It builds up to it. That's what they seem
to be doing with these recent movies. They're really bringing in the Johto Pokemon.
So it's like a worthy, it's sort of cameo essentially. It's like it's a worthy one. It's not as if it was forced. It like works well into the story.
It's or a film, but with Lugia added in,
and it works into the story to complete the act.
Yeah, definitely.
And obviously, one thing I noticed as well, this is like the first time we've had an end credit scene.
Yeah. Well,
Is this the first time we've
yeah.
had one? I feel like it is. I don't remember any other movie having like this end credit scene. There's usually like the images and whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe the videos during the end credits, but not. It's very rare you get an actual proper end credit scene.
I don't think there has been any other ones. Not off the top of my head.
So see, this like brings right back to the start. It goes full circle back to the obviously
Brother.
the brother who's in the hospital bed who's like actually this other person. It brings you full circle. And obviously, it ends on Ash with Pikachu running off into the distance for the adventure to continue. So I feel like it's the first time it's ever, off the top of my head, the fact we cover Pokemon movies, it's been how many like months of doing this. It's like hard to remember a specific ending of a movie. Going, okay, was there one in this? No, I can't remember. But off the top of my head, I don't think there has been. So it's nice to actually do something new. And it was a nice little like joke to bring us full circle. So that's good. I've run out of my notes apart from my conclusion. Anything else you want to bring up about the movie?
It's really good. I liked it.
Okay. In conclusion, I think being an original story with some aspects that obviously. This obviously Pokemon in the Woods. There's some aspects you can get from other ones you've already seen, but overall it's like its own unique story that helps this movie a lot better. Again, I said earlier, the characters are really great in this movie. The humour is probably where it's at its best it's been in a while for Pokemon. The animation is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
It's the peak at the moment, isn't it, with this film?
And I can't wait for the next one. Cause if this one's good, the next one's not the CG one, the
Coco's,
actual Coco one.
Sorry, Secrets in the Jungle.
Yeah, it's different over here. We'll just call it Coco for easiest.
Yeah.
That should be fucking outstanding and looking. As I said, the finale, that having this massive stake of people knocked out, fire could burn through them. That's really freaking dark and whatnot, and that is a really great way of getting your edge of your seat going. Are they going to stop this cloud? Are they going to stop the fire? What's going to happen? It's like edge of your seat kind of stuff. Overall, I think it's probably the better of the two reboots for me so far. I like the first one, but I feel like this is a lot better because it being its own story. And I say it makes me very much look forward to the next movie. I'm very much looking forward to see how they take that in that. If it's like this, it's its own standalone thing. It's like
which it is.
Then it should hopefully be really good. And as I said, this movie knows when to be lighthearted. The whole movie itself is lighthearted, but it knows when to go dark. It knows when to have that dark overtones, like Snubble Dead.
And it's the darkest film, in my opinion, out of any Pokemon film. I'd say.
I think we've had a bit darker.
Like, I mean, come on, they've killed a Pokemon.
That's dark, but I swear, I can't think off the top of my head, but there is one that's a bit darker than this. It's one of the older ones.
Possibly.
I can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, it knew when to go dark and it executed it to perfection. What do I give it though is the question. I've been debating with myself for the past, sometimes it's a bit dirty. I've been debating with myself for the past like 2 hours what to give this. I've got like a line where I've set it at, and it's like, do I go above that line or do I go with that line? It's that.
I mean, if you said it's better than last week's film, it's got to be better than a 3.5.
No, it is better than that, but it's just like I've got this already benchmark of where it is at, and it's like, does it go with like the select few of this other like rating or not?
Oh, he's gonna give it a 4.5.
That's the decision. That's the above benchmark. See, I think for now, I'm gonna slap it with 4 out of 5 Typhlosions. But just like any movie, really, another watch might up it a bit more.
Yeah.
Another watch where I haven't got to write any notes down. Another watch where I can just like concentrate on the film rather than having to go, okay, quickly note this down. Because that always drags it down a bit because you're not fully watching. You're always jumping in and out to quickly write these notes down.
Just be like me and just completely forget that you got notes while watching the film.
Yeah, but I like to have my notes. They help.
I know.
They help guide me
No,
through the process.
I write notes for each film, but I get to like certain points of the film, and I'm just like, and then I forget about notes, and I'm like, oh shit, notes.
I just do when I see it, but as I said, I feel like any film, even last week's, I could always go up to a 4 eventually with that if I've got another watch. Because just like last week's, I've only seen this one twice now. But I can't remember the first time. I think I liked it the first time. I think it was probably a 4 the first time as well, compared to last week's, which was just lower. But I mean, I definitely feel like maybe one more watch could up it a bit. But I think for now, a 4 is a nice spot to leave it at.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to give it. It's obvious.
Is it?
Well, if you think it's better than last week's.
Again,
You can't go any higher than a 5.
5.5.
No, we broke my immersion!
I love this film. It was great. I'm really enjoying the reboot films. I think with the extra characters, because like they're not part of the anime.
Yeah.
I think it's giving you like new character dynamics, new like stories to be told. Sorry. Just thinking of the Pokemon Chronicles intro. New friends, new stories. But yeah,
you got it in my head now, you asshole. In the world of Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. You fucking asshole.
No, but yeah, it's very good. Like, it's just bringing back the old Pokemon. Like, it's not focusing on the new ones, which it's kind of a shame for Sun and Moon and then like Journeys. But at the same time, it really works. The music, the scenes, the choreography, everything is just like really good. Like even like the first little battle with Pikachu and Fampi. Like I like the little scene where Ash just like I think he just quick attacks the Fampi and the Fampi just goes into the kid and the kid goes flying. It's hilarious. As Tom said, it's got good mixture of comedy and serious moments, and it knows when to do it. And it's not just like, oh, you think they're dead, because like you thought that would be like Ash had his moment again where he died or could have died, but he was just out for the count for a bit until Marie licked his face. But it's got a poor Snubble. Like it's so sad. Yeah, like I said, if it went for a bit longer, I would have cried. But I didn't, thankfully. Not this time. But yeah, I just really like this film. And the characters make it a whole lot better. I think the characters for this film are a lot better than last week's characters. With not just with like how they're built and that, but with their individual personalities and how they mix with each other. Because I think you saw everyone mix with everyone else.
Yeah.
But apart from, I think, Rita and the scientist, I don't think they got the chance to like have a
Yeah, I think those are probably the only two that didn't sort of come together. Everyone else pretty much had moments with other characters.
Yeah. It's like, but yeah, I liked it. And it's, I was going to give it a 4.5 because I wasn't like, you know, if this was before watching the film again. But I think it's still sticking with the 5.5s. No, the 5 out of 5s. For the films. Like, as I said last week, Pokemon films, we said that we wasn't going to give them 5 out of 5s. I almost said 5.5 again. But these two Pokemon films, I think, maybe because of the animation style and the music choice and like all of the stuff that they're adding into it, is making it a lot better. But I don't know why. I'm just like, it's sort of like Detective Pikachu. It's just nostalgic, and it's nostalgic, but in a new fashion. It's just really good. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for me.
Okay, that pretty much covers everything. next week we move on to the final entry until Coco. We're just going to keep calling it for now.
No!
Which is, of course, the remake of the original movie. With a few little changes here and there, but not anything major, apart from the Viking sequence. Which is obviously Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, the CGI animation that went straight to Netflix over in most countries, actually, I think. But until then, this has been the Dragon and Bear Show. Snowball!